All right, so we're going to get started talking about how to build a business even while you're still in college. And I'm super excited to jump in here and share a little bit with you about these great first steps and what an amazing opportunity it is to consider having a stream of income, especially residual income, even when you don't have your degree yet, you're still in college. So I've been thinking about my own college years, which were some of the most fun years of my life at Furman University. And I met a lot of friends, had a lot of fun, but I also worked back in those days because I needed the extra cash. And what a blessing Young Living would have been to me in so many ways way back when I was 19 and 20 and 21, in those early years of my 20s. And so I so wish there that I had known then some things that I know now, because they would benefit me financially, they would benefit me physically, they would have benefited me hormonally, even emotionally, if I had known 20 something years ago about this opportunity. So I wanted to make sure that I shared this opportunity with you. So we're going to walk through a few things about why Young Living is a great company to consider being a part of, even when you are in college. Even if you have other ideas of a career that you want, plans that you have, it is always wise to have extra streams of income and extra ability to bring in finances now and later on as you grow your life, maybe grow a family, those kinds of things. And so I want to start first, though, with just what a blessing Young Living is as far as products go when it comes to being in your 20s or your late teens and those college years. So, one of the things that I had no clue about back in my years at Furman was the exposure that I was having to toxins all around me. In fact, I would be lathering my body up with toxins through my makeup, through lotions that I was using, through my personal care items. In fact, even my like feminine products were full of toxins. We had things like candles and plug-ins in our dorm rooms in our apartments that were full of toxins. We were washing our dishes with dish soap that was toxic. We're just really bombarded with these things. And I was clueless, right? I mean, I'm just going on about my life. It's not the kind of thing you're really thinking about as you get really excited about your years in college. But here's the thing. As someone looking back 20 plus years, I so wish I had realized what toxic overload can do to our bodies. And it starts when we're young. Okay. It starts from the beginning. And you have an opportunity to make a huge difference in your own health presently and in the future for real big parts of your life that what you are exposed to now could affect. So I want to talk a little bit about that. So what happens is toxins in our body can tend to accumulate. Okay, it's called bioaccumulation. And because our body, when it's exposed to things or we take in and ingest things that our body is not meant to process, our body doesn't know what to do with it. And so often we cannot get rid of these toxins in the body. So they end up accumulating in our brain, or they accumulate in our organs, they accumulate in our reproductive system. In the body, they start to build up. And we can end up with toxic overload in the body. So, what are some symptoms of toxic overload that we might be experiencing even in our early 20s? It might be headaches. Is that something that you're experiencing? It might be the inability to lose weight easily, skin issues. So, if you're having skin issues, that might be caused from toxic overload. Bloating, irritability, brain fog, a lack of concentration in class, sugar cravings, sinus issues, all of those things can be present symptoms of a body already being bombarded with our air fresheners and cleaners and all of these toxins that surround our environment. And you have the amazing opportunity to start young in making just a few simple switches in your own life that are going to make you healthier now and it's going to make you healthier in the future. Because that toxic overload can end up causing things like infertility. It can cause things like autoimmune disease down the road. It can cause cancer. Lots of things that when we're 19 and 20, you guys, maybe we don't feel like those are going to be issues for us, but we definitely don't want to be dealing with those a decade from now or 2 decades from now, right? And so if you can start to make some switches now, then you are going to be able to prevent a lot of those long-term issues down the road. And Young Living makes it so easy to do that because we have not just essential oils, but we have products like this amazing new skincare line called Balance. You guys see this? That's all plant-based, all toxin-free. Okay. And your generation is a generation that cares about these things. We know that we don't need to be on constant medications. We don't need to be, inhaling all of these toxic things, that we can be healthier. You guys can be healthier than the generation before you. And so that you have that opportunity, and Young Living makes that so easy. So not only can these products be really beneficial to you individually, but because you know about them, you have the ability to be an impact on the other college students around you. You can be a voice to them. You can teach them some things that they maybe not know, make them aware of the effects of the products that we're often using and bombarded with. Okay. And you know the secret sauce, if you're familiar with Young Living, of essential oils. And so here are some things that our essential oils can help with during those college years. I want you to think, I'm gonna make a list. Are these things that you would love a little support with? Are these things that your roommate could use a little support with, or your classmates could use? Think through the benefits that essential oils could have in your life currently and the lives of the people around you, as well as their friends and family, right? So things like stress. Are you dealing with stress? Stress is not just an emotional thing, right? Stress can start to wear down your body. It can make you fatigued. It can create brain fog. It can make you susceptible to be getting sick, right? Lots of college students are dealing with stress. Is that something you're feeling, right? Essential oils can help with that. It can help with calming your body's nervous system. Wow, what a great gift. That's super easy to use for you and the people that you know. Essential oils can help with focus. Those late nights when you're staying up studying, or those hard classes that aren't really your thing, you're having a hard time getting through. Man, wouldn't it be nice to have some essential oils that help with focus? It can help with sleep. A lot of times our stress might interrupt our sleep. It's sometimes difficult when we're, living with other people to get the kind of sleep that we want. So essential oils are great for helping us get good rest. Essential oils can help you have good, clean, healthy skincare. Okay. What a great time to create a good skincare routine for yourself. To take care of your skin now so it stays young and it stays beautiful and it stays smooth for years and years because you've treated it well. Young Living and essential oils make it easy to do that. Essential oils can help with emotional balance. You ever feel like your emotions are just a bit out of whack? Right? There's a lot going on. And during these years, you're figuring out what the future is going to look like. You're figuring out what life is going to look like, what the next steps are. You're swimming through classes. There's relationship things happening, friendship stuff, right? We can get anxious. We can get depressed. We can deal with moodiness. And so essential oils are a great secret sauce to helping us with our emotional balance. Immune system. Are you finding that now that you're on campus, when you go back to campus every year, you tend to keep getting sick? So you're exposed to a lot of people. We're bombarded with viruses and things like that. So essential oils are great to help you keep that healthy immune system. And hormonal balance, fertility, things like that are going to be super important to you in the next few years. Now is the time to take care of your body so that it works well. Okay. And you have access to answers and solutions for those issues that you might be dealing with and that your friends might be dealing with. Isn't that a beautiful foundation to start a side business while you're still in school? Right? You have access to products that can impact people's health, impact their life. And just sharing those could be the start of a side business for you that helps you start growing wealth and stable finances now, early on, which I promise you, you will not regret in your future, right? So let me talk about the business side a little bit about Young Living and why it's perfect for a college student. Now, number one is it's inexpensive. It is not expensive to start a business with Young Living. In fact, you can become a brand partner for $30, and you're going to get great resources, and you're going to be ready to go. You'll be able to be ready to be qualified for commissions as a brand partner. So then you're just going to grab products that you love, which we'll talk about in just a minute, and you can start sharing those. It's inexpensive because we have loads of free business resources at your fingertips. You don't have to go buy a bunch of things to do this business. We have things like brochures and that kind of thing, but you don't have to have those types of things to build this business. You can do it from your fingertips on your phone, which we'll talk about, but we have free resources that make that super easy. Mentorship is free. When you start building a business with Young Living, you will have access to your leaders who have done this for years before you, who have built teams, who have made extra income, who can show you the ropes and the way without you having to pay anything. So you have that business mentorship even right now in your life. What a huge blessing, because it will serve you well even outside of Young Living. So you have access to that. And you can easily grow Young Living as an online business completely from your phone, if that's what you choose to do. And those platforms are social media platforms. So things like TikTok and Instagram, even if you're on Facebook, the new social media platforms that come along that you fall in love with, those are all great free avenues to build income with Young Living. And so you have that at your fingertips, right? You have free access to that social media, and it's convenient in that way. So it's inexpensive to start a business with Young Living. You don't have to have a whole lot of money. And if you're in college, you probably don't, right? I remember those days. And so it doesn't take a lot of money to do that. Number two, it's flexible. Okay. You've got a lot going on in your life right now. I know that you're having, you have social events, you're having a good time with your friends, you guys are hanging out on the weekends, you have classes. A lot of those classes are, taking lots of study time afterwards. So how do you fit in a business while you're still in college? Well, you just do it an hour or two a day. When you have those days that have that flexibility, because you can do it at your own time. You can do it at 11 p.m. You can do it at 10 a.m. You can do it at 2 a.m. Whatever works in your schedule for you, you can put the work hours in. No one is your boss. No one's telling you when you have to work. And you're going to be able to see fruit from that during the hours that you're not working. So that's pretty awesome. You get to do that. There are no quotas. There's no particular number of sales that you have to make with Young Living a month to stay a brand partner. Nothing like that. No kind of commitments like that. Your purchases that you make, plus the purchases that you get from your new customers as you start to share, those things will qualify you for your commission check. And you'll be able to earn bonuses and commissions every single month with those orders. Your demographic, young adults, is a growing, hugely growing demographic for Young Living. It's kind of exploding in your generation. People are really having their eyes wide open to the importance of toxin-free living, and you are at the perfect time to start to share those things and grab onto some friends who want to do this with you. And you're going to have a blast doing it together, and you're going to be able to build that extra income. And you don't have to be an expert. to start a business with Young Living. Young Living has hundreds of products. You don't have to even know what they all are. You don't have to know what they all do. We have resources available to you, mentorship available to you, and all you have to be able to do is share the few products that you already love. Okay. Fall in love with a few products and you're going to share those. So starting a Young Living business in college is inexpensive, super important, right? It's flexible, also really important. And the third thing I want you to know is this is legitimate. You may hear people talk about like network marketing and MLMs, and they're just scams and they're pyramid schemes and all those things. Well, that's absolutely not true. Pyramid schemes are illegal. So there's no way that the company could continue on for 30 years if they were doing something illegal. There's nothing scammy. There's nothing sleazy about what Young Living does. We have actual legitimate products that impact people's lives. And that's the most important thing to us. And we get to utilize sharing those things. And you guys, we live in a world of social media that we go, I mean, don't you go to Instagram to buy things? Like, don't you want to know what the people that you're following are buying? And don't you want those links? That's all this is too. You're going to be able to share about products that you love that are toxin free, and you're going to be able to share those links on your social media, and people are going to be able to shop with you. That's how easy it is. And so it is legitimate. We know about social selling, right? You guys do social selling. You see it done all the time, and that's what is happening here with Young Living. So it's just another form of social selling, where you really get to focus on products that really have an impact on people's lives. All those things that we talked about before, helping people get rid of their headaches, helping young women keep their hormones balanced so that they can grow families later, dealing with skin issues, dealing with toxic overload, all of those things, right, really affect people's lives. All right, are you convinced yet? So there are a lot of important reasons why Young Living could be valuable to you as a college student, as far as their products and their business. There are a lot of reasons why it's convenient to start now growing this business. It's inexpensive, flexible, and legitimate, right? So what are the first steps? So let's talk about logistically, practically, what are the first steps if you want to get started? Well, first, if you're not already a Young Living customer, then we need to get you an account and you need to start trying out products, right? But if you are, you're probably already falling in love with some products. You don't have to be an expert about all of the Young Living products. Let's pick 5. What are your 5 favorite Young Living products? You don't have to share about all of them. You don't have to share about the ones that really don't interest you. The ones that you actually are using in your dorm rooms, that you have sitting in your bathrooms, that, you know, the oils that you're putting in your diffuser. What's your favorite diffuser to have in your dorm room? Pick the 5 things that you love the most, and then focus on using those every single day so that you are genuine, you are authentic. These really are products that are important to your life. You really do love them, that way you can talk and share out of your own experiences. Okay, so fall in love with 5 things and use them daily. Number 2, let someone help you find some other Young Living brand partners to follow whose styles are similar to yours, so you can get some ideas about how to share on social media. And then begin sharing on your favorite social media platforms. Do you love TikTok? Perfect. Incorporate your products into your TikToks. Do you love posting on Instagram? Do you love scrolling Instagram? Do you love developing communication and relationships there? Then go share on Instagram. It's a fantastic platform to use, and it's constantly growing. You can bring that TikTok idea into the Reels and Instagram and really grow a business legitimately there. So begin to share, and then seek out mentorship from your leader. So those are the first 4 steps. Fall in love with 5 products, use them daily. Number 2, find some people who are sharing on social media in a way that you like, get some ideas. Number 3, start sharing consistently on your favorite platforms. Number 4, pull in your leaders like me or whoever sent you this video for mentorship to continue for the next steps of growing your business. So who's in? Who's ready to try this thing out this year and start making an extra stream of income even before you graduate with your degree? I cannot wait to cheer you on to amazing success. Thanks for joining me tonight. Bye, guys.